with MomFit, and I'm here with you guys for the 8 o'clock MomFit moments, past 8 o'clock. So, I'm ready to go at 7:56. Camera's on, made sure my hair is okay. Don't have time to do makeup because I'm a mom and I've been busy and did yard work, and if I'm gonna be outside sweating, I'm not gonna put on makeup. Anyway, so 7:56, I'm ready to go. Camera's set up, and Lana comes up to my husband and says, Daddy poop, and like squats all funny, and then like walks all, what do you call it, bow-legged to the bathroom to poop right when it's time for me to go live. And then Odin jumps up on my lap and's like all in my face, you know, all puppy-like, because he needs to go poop. So 8 o'clock apparently is poop time for the two, I'm gonna call them both toddlers because Odin is not yet a year. So this is why I'm late. Oh, and then of course, while we're out letting the dog poop, Lorana decides to grab one of the neighbors' lights from their lawn and bolt down the street. Just so that also took time. Oh yeah, and then we get home. I'm ready to go. My husband's like, all right, you can go do your MomFit moments. And Lorana wants to bring me coffee. So she tries to grab my coffee from the island, which is like higher than her, and dumps coffee on her head, all over the floor and the island. So then I had to clean that up. So now that all of that mom mess stuff is done, you know, my MomFit moments of tonight, I am ready to talk to you guys. Okay, and I have a drink. See? Relax time. And Lana's being quiet. She's entertained for a moment. All right, so our topic today is gonna be restless leg syndrome. Well, not necessarily syndrome per se, because you don't have to have restless leg syndrome to get restless legs sometimes. So I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit about tips for that and why it's important to kind of make sure you're stretching to get that antsiness out of your legs. One reason we're doing this topic is because MomFit has a new mama, Melissa, and if you're on bed rest, which she's not currently, but when you're a new mom, after I had Lorana, and you're not supposed to get up for at least a week, sometimes 2 weeks, your legs can get restless. You need to make sure you're doing stretches and moving them around so you don't get blood clots and stuff. So if you're a sitter or at desk jobs and stuff, you want to make sure, for one, you're getting up and moving and walking. And then if you don't have a lot of time to do that, make sure you're stretching, because your muscles are gonna want to move, which is why you have that restless leg syndrome. Especially if you're just starting to get active. This is something that I have seen a lot. If I'm starting to work out and I work out 3 to 4 times a week, and then I have downtime for maybe 3 days in a row instead of just 2 days, my legs go crazy and I have a really hard time sleeping, and they just like want to move in the bed and can't get comfortable. This is a sign that you're not moving enough and you need to do a little bit more movement in your day. Or, I mean, to help release that tension right away is to get up. I know like you're tired and you want to stay in bed, but you have to get up to help release that tension, I'm gonna call it. Do a couple stretches and then get back in bed, and you should be able to sleep just fine. So most of the stretches that you can do if you have like this restless leg syndrome, or if you're sitting a lot or in bed a lot, whatever, is if you have been on our website, there will be a link in the comment. We have a blog post of stretches while you're sitting down. Any of those stretches on that list are gonna be great stretches to do if your legs are feeling restless. It tastes good. It would just be fantastic if it were, you know, gone. So I've had a sip. It's squirtin' rum, actually. So also a way to help you with your restless legs if they're bugging you is to massage them while you're laying down. Usually it's the calves that tend to get the most restless. Sometimes you can't quite pin down where your muscles are kind of bugging, but massage those calves. You can massage your quads. If you get up, do calf stretches sometimes against the wall, or you know, a wide leg forward fold will also help release some of that tension, especially in the hamstrings. Also, hot and cold compresses. If you are a little bit closer to that restless leg syndrome than just a little bit of restlessness from lack of movement, Hot and cold compresses are really gonna help with any of the pain that you're gonna be feeling and cramping. Also, great for cramps, bananas. The potassium in bananas are fantastic for cramps. So if you're having a lot of cramping, I used to wake up in the middle of the night, like I'd be sleeping and then I'd wanna like stretch my heel like this, and my calf would just tighten up, my toes would like pull back and it hurt so bad I would have to get out of bed and stomp my foot to release that tension and release my muscle. Since I eat bananas regularly now, that doesn't happen as much. I also stay hydrated and that doesn't happen as much. So both bananas and plenty of water is gonna help with the cramping at night. So those are my tips for having restless legs. You can help avoid restless legs at all by stretching before bed, but remember, if you're stretching before bed, to take it easy and take it slow, because if you haven't done movement or you haven't worked out, your muscles are gonna be cold and they could tear or snap, which is not gonna be good and you don't want that to happen. So if you're doing stretches before bed, make them light and easy, don't push too hard. Well, does anybody have any questions aside from Stephanie asking how my drink is? Thanks for checking in, Stephanie, by the way, hi. If you're here watching, give me a wave so I can see who's here and give a shout out. If you guys are watching this later and have any questions, do write replay and then write your question in there so I know who saw it later and who saw it right now. But I guess that's all I have for you, unless you guys have any questions going over restless legs. And then of course it's really quick. Could have just taken care of that while my dog pooped. Could just come inside. See? Mom life. See how this works? Drinks. Is anybody else having a drink? Cheers to anybody else who's having a drink. You can write cheers. Alright guys, I think that's it for me. I was going to wait and see if Melissa was going to get on. I know she did have some things she wanted to talk to you guys about with stretching, but I checked in with her earlier and she said the baby was being a little bit loud, so I wasn't sure if she'd be able to check in with us tonight. But hopefully we'll be seeing her beautiful face soon. Alright, well, everybody have a good night. Remember to stretch, drink plenty of water, and I'll see you guys on Monday for motivation or next week for MomFit Moments.